Good morning. Um, we're going to start our practice today in a seat. So, if you want to find just a comfortable seat, whether that's on a block or just on the earth, cross-legged, or maybe sitting in a hero's pose, whatever feels most easeful and grounding for this morning. And let's right away just take a moment to close down our eyes and dive right into breath and body awareness. Taking a moment to find a little bit of movement through the pelvis, maybe tilting forwards and backwards or a little side to side. As you arrive at that sweet spot that offers the angle where you can lift and lengthen through your heart and crown a little bit more, grow nice and tall. Maybe take a big shoulder shrug to open your collarbones across your chest. Then allowing hands to rest on your body, maybe palms on your thighs or a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart. Seeing what feels most connective in this moment. And just beginning to track your breath. Start to feel the rise and fall of each inhale and each exhale. And just begin to take note of how your body is feeling in this moment. For me, I didn't sleep very well last night and my body feels all out of balance. Using our practice today, and find an easeful start. Using these 60 minutes to reset, to reconnect, to really nurture and care for our bodies. And so maybe doing a little body scan, just drawing your awareness from your crown and working your focus down towards your fingertips, your pelvis, and eventually your toes, and just taking note of any areas of your body that feel a little bit more sticky, have maybe accumulated tension that could use a little extra care today. Let's start to deepen our breath into those spaces. Sending our awareness in a slow, expansive inhale to those areas. And just feeling that sense of release with each exhale. As we continue to deepen our breath and check in with the physical vessel that carries us through each and every moment. Perhaps making the gentle commitment, the intention to meet our bodies where they're at today. To acknowledge the flux and flow, the ebb and flow that is part of being a human, wandering across this earth, that some days we have more energy and some days we have less. Some days you feel really strong and connected to that strength. It feels like our strength is easily accessible. And other days, sometimes it's a little bit trickier to tap in, to connect to that power. Knowing that it can be okay to be gentle with ourselves too. And so just taking note of how you feel in this moment, also acknowledging that that can change as we start to move and breathe together. And then as you're ready, taking a deep breath in, fill your belly up. And then an open mouth exhale, let that breath go. And then taking 2 more cleansing breaths, just at the tempo that feels good for you. So a deep inhale whenever you're ready. And an exhale to release. And then once more, an expansive breath in. And a cleansing, clearing exhale to empty. Let's begin to shift into our mindful Ujjayi breath. So finding an inhale through your nose, that slight constriction at the back of your throat. And through your nose, that intentional Ujjayi exhale, you're fogging up a mirror window with your nostrils. Let's take a few more rounds to feel into that ocean-like quality of Ujjayi breath in. And Ujjayi breath out. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to slowly start to blink our eyes open. We'll find our cross-legged seat if you're not there already. So let's go with our right shin in front. And take a nice big breath in, circle sweeping your hands up to the sky. On your exhale, go ahead and lean to your right. Let your right hand arrive to the earth. And take your side body stretch. Reach your left hand up and over. Find a heaviness through your left sitting bone. You can use your right hand to kind of press the earth down and away to root your right sitting bone into the earth. Maybe allow your right ear to fall heavy to your right shoulder for a moment as you take another breath. And then when you're ready, from here, we're going to take this into a twist. So left hand's going to come to your right knee. Start to grow tall as you inhale, scooching your right fingertips behind you. With your exhale, gently start to rotate to your right. Try to invite an openness across your collarbones. Feel a gentle drawing of your shoulder blades together at the back of your heart. You can look over your right shoulder if that feels okay for your neck. And then perhaps you grow a little bit taller through your next inhale. And maybe just a little bit deeper as you exhale. Relax your left elbow so your left shoulder can release away from your ear as you take your last breath here. And go ahead and keep your left hand where it's at. As you slowly start to rotate your torso forward, reach your right hand at the sky with an inhale, and take a little side bend in the opposite direction. So think heavy to your right knee. Then lean into that kind of like hammock of your left arm. Send one slow breath along the length of your side body. And start to cat your spine so you can bring your right hand to your left knee. So a little tuck and round, squaring off through center, chin to chest. Think about tucking gently through your pelvis as you lean back. Feeling that stretch between your shoulder blades, the nape of your neck. And then this will take us into our eagle arms. So your left arm will wrap underneath your right. It's already set up to be there as you sit up tall. You can find your full eagle arms, or you can always just do a single wrap, bringing the backs of your hands together, or even forearms together in front of your face. With an inhale, find a little scoop of your elbows up to the sky. Think about lifting your sternum to the ceiling. As you exhale, just one time, curl and round into your cat spine, chin to chest, shoulders sliding away from your ears. Reach your fingertips towards the earth away from your face. With a breath in, go ahead and rise up with your eagle arms. As you exhale, unravel through goddess arms, opening your chest. And allow your hands to release to the earth beside you. And go ahead and switch out your shins. And we're just going to repeat that for a second side. So big breath in to circle, sweep hands tall. With your exhale, side bend over to your left. Finding a heaviness to your right sitting bone. Let your shoulders slide away from your ears. Maybe let your head be heavy. Just notice the sensations that are present through your right side body. Notice where along your side body or where along your spine you notice like maybe the most stickiness, and can you offer a breath to that space? Try to find a sense of ease through your thigh bones down towards your knees. And then we'll take this towards our twist. So right hand's going to come across us, really slow and gentle. Start to sit tall as you slide your left fingertips behind you. Breathe in to lift, lengthen, expand. And exhale for a gentle twist. Go ahead and bend your right elbow so your right shoulder can drop out of your ear. Just gently, really gently encourage yourself around. And that soft opening across your chest, so collarbones wide, shoulder blades gently draw towards each other. Maybe look over your left shoulder. And find one more breath here. Your inhale to tilt the bowl of your pelvis a little bit further forward so you can lift and lengthen a little bit more. And your exhale to find that final bit of rinse and rotation. Okay, right hand stays where it is. Think heavy through your left knee. As you start to unwind, you're going to lean over to your right side into that hammock of your left arm. Rather the hammock of your right arm. And then try to let yourself be kind of like lazy into that support, that like seatbelt that your right arm is. Eventually, your left hand is going to go across to your right knee. And then just allow yourself to kind of melt into a cat spine at center, tuck and curl, shoulders out of ears. I'm not sure about you, but for me, this is really, really sticky through my cervical spine, so through my neck and upper back. So just breathing nice and deep. And then we'll take this into our eagle arms. So we'll keep our right arm underneath our left as we slowly rise up towards eagle arms, finding the variation that works for this side of your body. Breathe in, think, lift your heart, lift your elbows, and that little tilt of your elbows to the ceiling. And then one time, cat your spine, round and curl. Think about energetically reaching the crown of your head to your fingertips. So even though we're tucking in, we're still trying to maintain spaciousness along the spine. Shoulders out of ears. When it feels right to start to find your way up and out, follow an inhale to sit tall. And with exhale, we'll unravel through goddess arms, open through your chest. And then begin to adjust to your tabletop pose. So start to make your way to all fours. Good. With a breath in, gentle cow, lift your heart and tailbone. And then as you breathe out, gentle cat to slow, easy press and curl. Let's go twice more. So 2 cycles of breath, adding in anything extra that your body is craving here. Finding slow, steady in-breaths, slow, complete out-breaths. And just one more round. Feel your breath in. And feel your breath out. Good. And then before we go up and back to down dog, let's take a moment just to check in with our child's pose. Let your knees go wide, big toes come towards each other to touch. Melt your hips to your heels and send your arms out in front of you. Just take a moment in your child's pose. Letting your hips drop really heavy back and down. Feel the sensation of the earth rising up to receive you, and just know that this shape is always available. Feeling the support of the ground beneath your bones. Let yourself be a little bit heavier for one more cycle of breath. And then slowly start to slide forward and through towards downward facing dog, adjusting your hands and feet as you send your hips up and back. In your down dog, give yourself a few rounds of breath just to check in, starting to find maybe a slow paddle through your feet. It's your first moment to really feel into your hamstrings, so noticing how the backs of your legs feel. And connect the strength of your arms as you actively push the earth away. And press your hip creases up and back. And then we'll inhale our right leg to the sky, find a gentle three-legged dog. And with your out breath, go ahead and bend your knee and open your hip. Now you can stay in stillness, or if it feels right for you to take a hip circle, maybe find a hip circle in each direction. And go ahead and breathe into your three-legged dog. Re-extend your right leg. With an exhale, right knee's going to go towards your left tricep. Find a little shift forward and twist. Now from here, we're headed to a supported side plank. So you're going to release your right knee down to where it would be essentially for your tabletop and peel open to the left side of the room for your supported side plank. From your supported side plank, swim your left hand up and overhead, finding another side body stretch. Maybe take a swirl through your left wrist. Okay, pressing into the earth, really try to separate your left side ribs. Big breath in. And exhale, we're going to go back to our three-legged dog. So as you breathe out, left hand returns to the ground. Begin to square off your lower body. And with an inhale, reach your right leg to the sky. Next, exhale, steps your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat, low lunge. And let your left knee dip to hover or to tap the ground for a cow lunge. So you decide, does it feel better this morning to have your left knee floating just above the earth? Or does it feel better to let your left knee rest all the way down? Take a big breath in, maybe activate your left glute. See how that helps to add a little bit more release at the front of your left hip. And then as you're ready, go ahead and lift your back knee. You might adjust your left foot a little closer in as you lengthen both legs for your first cat lunge. So finding your hamstring stretch. You can take any variation that you want here, but you have the option for a little bit of a variation that's slightly, I don't know. I find that it's pretty sticky, so if you need more, you can go here. If this is already plenty, I'd probably say stay as you are. So for this variation, you're going to turn your left toes to the left until your left heel lands, about like a 45-degree angle maybe. Then begin to bend into your left knee as you flex your right toes towards the sky. Okay? And then think about dragging your right heel and your hips up and back in space as you extend your sternum to your right toes. Feel free to play with the angle of your left foot here. Okay, from whatever hamstring stretch you're in, we're going to slowly start to step into a forward fold. So bend into your right knee and step forward, forward fold. Soften both your knees and just take a breath to be heavy here. Heavy through your head, lean a little bit forward into the fronts of your feet. Maybe take a little sway side to side. With a breath in, begin to lift up halfway, lengthen along your spine. And then on your out breath, go ahead and forward fold, release. We'll rise to stand. You can roll up your spine. You can take a circle sweep. So rising all the way up in the way that feels true for you. This first round, we'll meet with hands to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana, big breath in. On your exhale, left hand grabs your right wrist, and we side bend to the left. And go ahead and soften your knees. Keep your left foot where it's at, left toes pointing forward, and step your right foot back into a curtsy. And for today, let's have our back leg long and strong. Right heel can be high, you can be reaching right heel energetically to the earth. You can do a little up down there just to see what feels good. We'll come back to this later. It's slow and steady. This transition is a little bit trickier than it may seem. We're just going to rise back to standing. So lean into your left foot. Right toes can kind of drag along the way, Urdhva Hastasana. As your right foot meets your left, take a big breath in, reach tall. And exhale, forward fold, soften your knees and dive down. Halfway lift is your breath in. And then exhale to your high plank position, step back. Take a moment here, deciding if you'd like to have your knees lifted for that added challenge, or maybe you allow your knees to lower to the earth for a little extra support. Either way, front body's hugging to your back body, core is active and engaged. We'll take an inhale to reach the heart forward a little bit. And your exhale, slow, controlled lowering all the way to your belly. Good. When you arrive, untuck your toes. Use the strength of your glutes to press your hips down into the earth. And then reach length of your toes and anchor the tops of your feet down too. We're going to take our fingertips just behind our ears, so maybe they're just like kind of hovering. Elbows go wide and tall. With an in-breath, begin to peel your heart away from the earth. Try to keep length at the nape of your neck so you're nice and neutral through your neck. And then as you exhale, you can lower to a hover or all the way down. We'll go twice more. So inhale, peel up. And think about using the strength of your spine to lower either to a hover or all the way down. Just one more time. Inhale, rise up. And then this time, exhale all the way down. Hands will come to frame your rib cage. We're going to meet back in our downward facing dog, so you can go through any transition you want, maybe returning to that child's pose. You can do a cobra or up dog. If you're feeling like you want a little spice, you can go to your high plank. We'll all make our way back to downward facing dog as you are ready. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And then open mouth, exhale, just let it go. Big breath in, swims your left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Go ahead and bend your knee and open your hip, and then take a moment here, either in stillness. We'll be finding hip circles if that feels good. When you're ready to continue, take an inhale to re-extend your left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards your right tricep. Shift and twist. And setting up for our supported side plank, adjust your left knee to the earth and peel open to the right side of the room. And think about a big push up to the sky through your right side body. As you create that rainbow arc, you're going to swim your right hand overhead. You can do a little wrist swirl here if that feels good. You press your pelvis gently forward so your hips come in line with your shoulders, your ribcage. Breath in to prepare. Remember, this transition is like a two-part situation. We exhale, right hand to the earth and square off. And then wait for your in-breath to lift your left leg to the sky. That'll make it easier. Three-legged dog. Exhale, steps your left foot forward to the top. And then right knee can come to a hover, or perhaps you let your right knee release all the way down. Finding a stretch at the front of your right hip. Take a moment and a really slow, conscious breath. And then zero rush when you're ready for your hamstring stretch as you begin to lift your hips. Adjust the distance of your right leg. Maybe start with just both legs going towards long. You can dive down, let your head be heavy today if that feels good. If you took the variation the first set and you want to check in with that here, you're going to rotate your right heel down to the earth. So again, you can choose this angle of your back foot. You can always kind of explore different angles. Start to bend into your right knee. Flex your left toes towards the sky. And then I like to think about pushing down and away with my hands as I pull my left heel and my pelvis up and back. As I drag the left heel back and push my hands forward, I'm going to stretch my sternum energetically to my toes. If you want to kind of open your right knee a little bit more, think externally rotate your thigh bones. You could check in with that. And then from whatever hamstring stretch you're in, slowly step into your forward fold. Right foot will join your left. Soften your knees. Maybe take a ragdoll, hooking pinky fingers to opposite elbow creases as you take a little sway side to side for a breath. And then when you're ready to find your halfway lift, think about leaning a little forward. You're going to peek over the edge of a cliff. As you lean forward, feel your hip creases stretch back in space. And then forward fold, let it go. Root to rise with your breath in, so you can circle sweep or you can roll up. Eventually arriving in Urdhva Hastasana, both hands high. Right hand grabs your left wrist as you side bend to the left. Start to soften your knees and then step your left foot back into your curtsy. So again, your back heel can be high or low. Maybe do a little up-down action. Feel into the angle of your hips, your shoulders. Kind of getting curious here with your curtsy. You might feel a little extra wobbly just because we don't spend time in this orientation very often. You can find more of an open chest here. Maybe elbows are bent or arms are long. And then start to lean forward into your right foot a lot. So you can take a smooth step into Urdhva Hastasana. Maybe left toes kind of slide their way there. Big breath in, tilt your heart to the sky. And exhale, forward fold, release. Half lift is your breath in. Lean forward, lengthen. And then exhale to your high plank. Go ahead and step back. Just like before, knees up or down, take an inhale. And then exhale, slow, strong descent to the earth. Think about creating space and distance between the crown of your head and your elbows as you lower. Untucking your toes at the bottom. Anchor your hips down into the earth. Root through the tops of your feet. Fingertips go behind your ears, or they can be a little bit wider if that feels better. But take a breath in. Peel your heart up. Think long neutral neck. See how long you can get from crown to toes. Feeling your back body engagement. And then exhale either to hover all the way down. Twice with breath, you'll inhale, find your lift. And exhale, hover or release. Last time here, big breath in. And exhale, lower all the way down. Hands will frame your rib cage and we'll slowly start to ease our way back to downward facing dog. So just like before, choosing your journey from here to there. You can go through any shapes you want. Meeting in down dog as you are ready. And we're going to take this little flow that we just did and we're going to build onto it. So from your downward facing dog, use an inhale to extend your right leg to the sky, three-legged. With your exhale, maybe bend your knee and open your hip if that feels good. Breathe back into your three-legged dog, right leg reaches. Exhale your right knee towards your left tricep, shoulders out of ears. You can hold here. You could go to your supported side plank or maybe falling triangle if you want to thread your right leg through. Rotate left heel down to the earth as you peel your heart open. Swim your left hand overhead if you're in that fallen triangle or supported side plank. Take a big breath in. Exhale begins our journey to three-legged dog. Land your left hand. Inhale to lift your right leg to the sky. On your breath out, step your right foot forward to the front. Take a cow lunge just for your inhale. Left knee sinks to hover or tap the ground. And then as we exhale, without momentum, gentle standing splits. We're going to lean into our right foot and lift the left leg to the sky. Big breath in. Perhaps one slow Shiva squat, bending both of your knees. Think about shifting your right knee and shin bone back to place that weight into your right heel and activate your right glute. Think about driving through your right heel as you re-extend towards your gentle standing splits. Bending both your knees, forward fold Uttanasana, left foot meets your right. Take a second to dive down. And then inhale lifts you halfway. Your exhale, forward fold. On your breath in, rise to stand. Roll up or circle sweep, just choosing your journey. Urdhva Hastasana is where we meet, hands to the sky. Okay, from here, your left hand's going to grab your right wrist. Take that side bend towards the left. Like we did before, soften your knees. And step your right foot back and behind into your curtsy. Now we're going to do a little bit of a variation here. So take your fingertips by your ears like we did when we were on our bellies. Think about being heavy through your left heel here. And then just hinging at your hips as you inhale. Take a little hinge for it. Think about your pelvis moving back as you hinge at your hip creases. And then really drive through your left heel. Use your left glute to bring yourself upright. Now, this can be a really small range of motion. I'm going to go twice more like that. Think about your pelvis going back, maybe a little bit up as you get really heavy through your left heel, lowering any amount. Big breath in. Exhale, push through your left heel to rise. Next time, inhale, little tip forward. And then really try to recruit your left glute, your core. So exhale, press to rise. Okay, start to reach your hands to the sky. Lean forward into your left foot a lot. We're going all the way to one-legged mountain. Right toes can drag any amount of that way. So you lift your right knee up in line with your hip. Take your left palm and press it down onto your right thigh. Can you create some resistance here? So use your core to press thigh and palm together. If you want a little bit more balance challenge, you're going to twist to your right, swimming your right hand back in space. You can look at your right thumb for extra challenge mode if you want, taking one big breath. And from here, we're going to slowly start to move through an airplane pose to our high crescent lunge. So mindfully unravel. Reach your right tippy toes to the back of your yoga mat. And use an inhale to extend your hands to the sky. Just for your breath out, prayer twist, right elbow towards the outside of your left thigh. And as you inhale, big push through your strong left leg. Use your core to support you as you rise back through high crescent. And then into your warrior two, right heel rotates down. Reversing your triangle, lengthen through your left leg, shove your left hand up. As you exhale, turn all 10 toes to the long edge of your yoga mat and bend your right knee for a side lunge. Let's add a twist. So in this lateral lunge, the four corners of both feet are grounded. Left palm can go to the earth or left fingertips to the earth. Gently rotate your right hand to the sky. Take one breath in. And then exhale, low lunge to the back of your yoga mat. All 10 toes turn with you. Good. As you find that low lunge position, really feel the rooted energy of your toes, of your heels, right? The strength of your feet. Get light through your fingertips. Press down to airplane your arms, finding your chest at that diagonal. Remember, your back toes can drag. We're going to lean forward into right foot and rise all the way up to our one-legged mountain again. This time your left knee is coming up with you. Take a moment, feel into your breath. You can stay here or figure four, left ankle on your right thigh. Be sitting back into your one-legged chair. One slow inhale. And one slow exhale. Now, as we rise back up to our one-legged mountain pose, you can stay in one-legged mountain, or maybe interlace your hands under your left thigh, creating a little basket weave. Proud chest. Bend at your elbows. Use your biceps to lift your left leg up. If you'd like to, maybe lengthen your left leg any amount forward. Really drive down through your right foot as you inhale. And then just step your left foot to meet your right with an exhale. Urdhva Hastasana, deep breath in, rise and reach tall. Exit a forward fold, releasing to the earth. Take a half lift on your in-breath. With your out-breath traveling through your transition to downward facing dog. So maybe you take a chaturanga. Maybe it's a cat-cow. Maybe it's just a moment in your plank before going up and back to down dog. And choosing what feels true for you. And we'll meet in our downward facing dog. We'll find our way back around. And then we'll bring it to the earth. Let's find a breath to reset. Nice deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let that breath go. Okay, here we go. Inhale, lifts your left leg tall to the ceiling, three-legged. As you breathe out, go ahead and bend your knee, open your hip. Three-legged dog is your in-breath. And then left knee towards your right tricep. So you have three options here. You can hold, kind of lingering in the space. You have supported side plank or fallen triangle if you'd like to thread your left leg through. Release your right heel down to the earth as you peel open to the right. Hips pressing high, reach your right hand overhead with an in-breath. Exhale towards three-legged dog. Right hand releases. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Your breath out will step your left foot forward to the top. And then find your cow lunge, right knee dips to hover or tap the ground just for your breath in. Without momentum, drive through your left foot to find your standing splits. Exhaling for the push. Your in-breath maybe lifts your right leg the rest of the way. And then breath out for a little Shiva squat. And think about really shifting your energy back in space as you find your one-legged squat, booty low, chest proud. Left knee and shin bone pressing back. Heavy through your left heel as you extend towards your standing splits once again. And then forward fold, bend both your knees and step your right foot to the earth. Take a little moment here. The next in-breath is your half-lift, Ardha Uttanasana. With an exhale, forward fold. And then choose your trajectory up, so roll up or circle sweep. We'll meet together in Urdhva Hastasana, both hands high. Shoulders softening away from your ears. Right hand will grab your left wrist. Lean to your right side body stretch. Bend into your knees and step your left foot back for your curtsy. And scoot your left toes to where you want them to be for this. Again, we're trying to find a heaviness through our right heel. Fingertips go by your ears. Draw your shoulder blades together. And your front ribs in, so elbows are wide, shoulder blades hugging, front ribs knit. From that heaviness in your right heel, right knee moving back in space, hinge at your hip creases forward any amount with your inhale. And then about exhale to push through your right heel and bring yourself upright. Twice more, trying to concentrate this to your right glute. Inhale, hinge forward. And really heavy through your right heel, and exhale, push to rise. Good, last time, inhale. Tipping forward, embracing any wobbles that are showing up. And then exhale, big push as you rise. Hands can be at heart or reaching to the ceiling. We're going to lean into our right foot. Remember, left toes can drag. One-legged mountain, a slow root to rise, left leg coming with you. And then go ahead and bring your right hand across to your left thigh, maybe left hand to the ceiling. Use your core to bring palm and thigh together. Think about this like a little crunch. If you want to add in the twist, adding in an element of instability and challenge to your balance, you're going to turn to your left as you reach your left hand back. Now go really slow in this next moment. Maybe you fall over like me. We're going to go through airplane to high crescent. So I recommend you move your gaze forward in front of you first. Start to send your arms and your left leg back with a big breath in. And then high crescent, exhale, left toes reach way back for your lunge. Breathe in, rise, reach. Just for your exhale, little prayer twist. Tap your left elbow towards the outside of your right thigh. Heavy through your right heel. Inhale through high crescent, rise right back up. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2, left heel lowers. Then reverse your triangle with a breath in. Get that right leg in moment as you swim your right hand high. Adjust all 10 toes to face the long edge of your mat. Spread your wings wide. Lateral lunge into your left knee. Option for the twist. Right hand to the earth. Left hand to the sky. Take an inhale. Then we pivot low lunge to the top of our yoga mat as we exhale. In our grand finale of effort, so take a moment. And feel your toes, the balls of your feet, the arches of your feet, the heels. Do you feel into your strong quads, your glutes? Think about hugging your right hip forward to square it with your left. Engage your core, light through your fingertips, big push to airplane your arms. Can you find that strong, active diagonal from the crown of your head to your right heel? Lean forward. Get light through your right foot, root to rise with your right knee. Remember, right leg can drag along the way as you find your one-legged mountain. Going into our figure four, right ankle on left thigh. Encourage your hip creases back and down. Activate your right ankle. Take a breath in. Oh my gosh, I'm very wobbly this morning. Take a breath out. And then as you rise up, you can either take your one-legged mountain, or you can basket weave your hands underneath your right thigh bone. Think super proud chest. Bend at your elbows and use your biceps to lift your leg towards you. Maybe you think about pressing down with your left foot to extend your right heel forward any amount. Big breath in. And then as controlled as you can, Urdhva Hastasana, right foot meets your left. Inhaling to tilt your heart to the sky, look up to the ceiling. And exhale to forward fold. Take a little halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, crouch and curl, lifting to your tippy toes. Drop your booty to your heels and tuck your nose towards your knees. Okay, we're gonna stand up one more time for one more little standing balance option if you'd like. If you're like, nope, feel free to sit and take any seated stretch you want. Otherwise, just dive to your forward fold one more time. Inhale, rise to stand. We'll exhale, hands to heart. So I just want to give us an opportunity to take that kind of last standing balance moment to its next progression if you want. Again, if you're like, nope, you can take any standing balance you want. You could also find a seat and take a seated stretch. So let's shift our weight into our left foot and start to bring your right knee up. You can bend your left knee any amount here. Think about using your core to fold forward and maybe interlace your hands, take that basket weave underneath the arch of your right foot. Now again, I recommend keeping like a bend for your left knee at least initially as you bring yourself as upright as possible. Keep looking forward, breathing. From here, if you wanted to, you could start to lengthen your right leg forward any amount. Okay, try not to let the leg, the extension of your leg, pull your shoulders forward. So keep plugging your shoulders into your body. If you wanted to go forehead to knee, you can bend your elbows and pull your forehead to your knee. That's going to add a big balance challenge because you're going to be dropping your gaze. Okay, from wherever you are, as you're ready to release, slowly bend. Step your right foot to the earth. Just take a little sway. So I had someone request this shape. Feel like, where is this coming from? And it's a tricky one. Okay, so it's not only a balance posture where we're asked to stand on one leg, but we are also then asking a lot of the flexibility of our body. So checking in with second side, right foot will stay on the earth. As you bring your left knee up, you can either interlace underneath your thigh bone like we did before, or I recommend starting with a little bit more of a generous bend in your right knee. Really light up your core so you can kind of crunch left thigh into your body, and then interlace your hands and be underneath the arch of your left foot. The more you engage your core, the less the weight of your left leg is just going to be like pulling on your arm. So engage your core, plug your shoulders in, try to upright through your chest. From there, you could start to find some extension through your left leg, think proud chest, pressing down through your right foot. Plug your shoulders into your torso as much as possible. Maybe bend your elbows and draw your forehead towards your left knee. Check that you're breathing. And then as you're ready to release, as slow, as controlled as you can, left foot's going to lower. Maybe give your right foot a little shake out. Let's just bend our knees and sit down. I feel like that is definitely one where you notice the variance between your left and right sides a lot. So I'm like, my left leg is clearly my flexible leg and my steady leg. Here we go. We're going to lower down to the earth. So you can just lay backwards. You can use your core to go slow and controlled. But just start to find your way to your back body, however you would like to. Once you arrive to the earth, a moment just to be and to breathe. If it would feel nice to take a cleansing breath, your next inhale be extra full. Maybe open mouth, exhale, letting go. We'll start to bend through our knees. And then walk your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Just take a slow windshield wiper side to side. These last few minutes of our practice of movement before we find stillness in Shavasana, be super gentle. Feel free to customize as much as you need. After a few windshield wipers, go ahead and walk your feet back to hips distance. Slide your left leg long across the earth and let your right knee fall open, supine tree. Your arms can rest anywhere you'd like. Just take a moment to get really heavy through your bones here. Feeling the openness of your right hip. You have the option to stay in your supine tree. Otherwise, we're going to go into our figure four and take our figure four into a twist. So maybe you stack your right ankle on your left thigh. Slide your left knee into that figure four position, and then allow that whole leg unit to spill to your left. You can reach your left hand down for your right foot or ankle to provide an anchor point for the stretch. And feel free to adjust your arms as much as you want here. Option to tip your gaze over to the right side of the room. Take a deep inhale here. And then open mouth, exhale, sigh that breath out. Come back through center. Release your right leg long across the earth and then let your left knee fall open, supine tree. Take a moment, take a breath. You will again be able to stay right here exactly as you are. So if this is feeling like what your body is needing in this moment, don't feel like you have to go on to the figure four. If you'd like to, though, left ankle stacks on top. Use a little bit of core engagement to slide your right foot in. And then from that figure four shape, just spill that whole figure four to your right for your figure four twist. Right hand can catch your left foot or ankle. You can think about your left hip kind of sliding back and down. Imagine you're going to square your hips to the sky. Left thigh bone maybe falling forward and away from your heart space. Maybe let your gaze spill to the left side of the room. And just find those two slow, mindful breaths. And this time, as we start to find our way through center, unwinding your legs, maybe happy baby, right? Maybe a butterfly, but just give yourself the next 3 to 5 breaths to find any final shapes or movements that your body would like to incorporate before Shavasana. And send your legs up to the sky. Recently I've been liking legs up and then like just a shake out. It's a little flutter kick, shaking out, relax through the ankles. And then when you're ready to release towards your Shavasana, no rush, but just allowing yourself to melt out across the earth. Take up space. And then really give yourself permission to be fully present to this time of rest. We allow ourselves to simply be and breathe in this moment right here, right now, rather than using the moments of stillness, right, to move our awareness forward into the future, back into the past. Right, so the brain can feel like it's either productive in terms of tending to our to-do list, or productive in terms of reflection and learning. But can we allow ourselves just to be present to the rise and fall of breath in and breath out? Deeply curious with the sensations of this moment here, the connection between your body and the earth. And as you sink and settle, if a cleansing breath would feel good, maybe take a deep inhale through your nose. And just sigh your exhale out, letting go. As you continue to surrender as completely as possible into the earth below, and you feel how your breath breathes itself. And just feel your inhale, and feel your exhale. And just watch how your breath will move all on its own, without your awareness or your effort. The breath is always there sustaining you, nourishing you through each moment of each day. And then as you feel into breath and body, you might stay exactly as you are. Maybe bringing hands to heart center, maybe one hand to heart, one hand to belly. So we take this final pause, just to pause in gratitude of this practice, a practice that can help us learn compassion and practice compassion, a practice that will meet us where we're at and help us to move in that direction of who we'd like to be. It helps us move towards our truest, greatest potential. And so in honor of yoga, in honor of our bodies and our breath, in these 60 minutes that you devoted to mindful movement and intentional awareness, let's seal our practice in just with one cleansing breath. A deep inhale in. And an open mouth exhale out. May yoga offer us a path to compassion, and may our practices always serve as our teachers. Thanks so much for being here, and namaste.